The year is 1896, and a man named Walter Arnold is driving his newly built horseless motor carriage when he decides to zoom past a policeman at a whopping 4 times the speed limit. I mean, can you believe this guy? His estimated speed was at 8 miles per hour in a 2 mile per hour zone. And it was in this moment that Walter became part of history. Walter received the very first speeding ticket via a piece of paper notifying him he'd be charged a fee of 1 shilling. Now, back here in the year 2021, if you were to tell me that our security forces, men and women, and the greatest air power the world has ever seen are still using 1800s technology, paper, to enforce the law, well, I would say, as Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank would say, stop the madness. That is crazy. But fear not, I have a solution. My idea, e-citation, will support security forces patrolmen across the enterprise to reduce traffic stop times by 70%, keeping them patrolling the road rather than on the side of it. It will virtually eliminate all administrative errors and ultimately provide a safer driving environment for any installation by digitizing and mobilizing our antiquated traffic citation system that hasn't seen a major change since the creation of the air police. The problem is clear. We're still handwriting paper citations. We're also still manually inputting every piece of information from that ticket into the Air Force Justice Information System. And with handwriting comes poor handwriting, which can lead to administrative errors. And that's bringing our airmen, usually on their off-duty time, in to correct those errors. That's time they should be spending with their families. This is all culminating in airmen not being motivated to get out and issue traffic citations because they know it could cost them their off time. This could also lead to an unsafe driving environment because studies have shown that the more traffic citations are issued in the community, the less motor vehicle accidents there will be. The solution is simple. E-citation is a handheld scanner that a patrolman can use to scan a driver's license, automatically populate all of the information onto the ticket. It then has easy-to-use drop-down menus to select the local traffic code infractions. This produces an error-free citation that can then be printed on a mobile Bluetooth printer and given to the driver. The patrolman can then take that scanner and dock it, where it will automatically upload all information from the ticket directly into the Air Force Justice Information System. E-citation will not require any policy changes because it's able to be customized to use our already existing Department of Defense traffic forms. We also don't have to worry about whether or not this technology is going to work or if it's going to fail because it's already working. In fact, in the civilian industry, they've been using this for the last decade. Why aren't we? At Mountain Home Air Force Base, we've been working hard to bring this to our installation. In fact, we already have a full Form 9 contracting package ready to be handed off for a larger acquisition. Additionally, I've used this system personally, working as a DUI and collision investigator for the Army. I've seen firsthand the enhancements this can make to law enforcement operations and the improvement it can make in pride in the job. I'm confident that together with the support of my chain of command that I already have and a partnership with the Security Forces Center, that we can have this product shipped and training started as soon as we have funding allocated. This brings me to my ask. I present my ask in 2 options. One, we receive $280,000 in funding and test this at 7 installations. We gather feedback, and if the units like it and it's making their job better, then we seek additional funding in the future to outfit the rest of the Air Force. Or, in the spirit of this being an innovation rodeo, we go ahead and yeehaw $1.7 million at this and transform the citation process across the Air Force. Panel members, if you're looking for a ready to execute win right now, then choose e-citations and help us stop all those unruly Walter Arnolds in the world.
Hey Tyler, how you doing, man? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir, loud and clear. Pumped to be here.
Nice pitch. Yeehaw, man. You know, let's go. Get after it,
Yeehaw.
That's good. Hey, busy week for you, huh?
Busy, but definitely rewarding. And I know more today than I did at the beginning of the week.
Good. Hey, what are some of the skills you take away from this week that you learned?
One of the biggest things I learned was my natural self. I can joke around and I can be funny, but when I get up in front of people or I'm briefing something or pitching, I I hide my personality. So I kind of learned that it's okay to let your personality come out. It's more genuine and it gets your idea across better.
For sure, man. You are who you are. Don't ever change who you are, no matter what you approach, right? So great lesson. Great pitch, too. I totally get it. It was great looking at it with the pictures. It brought clarity to our discussion yesterday. I think the team's got a few questions. I got some. Does this system, is it standalone all by itself? You said it feeds AFGIS, does it also link into NCIC and our Air Force system there to help cut down that traffic stop time? Now we don't have to call back to the law enforcement desk. Does it do that?
Yes, sir, it does. It does have its own message switch. It is an additional cost, but they can get readbacks just like they would from the BDOC directly on the device, and it'll give them hits if there's any warrants or outstanding issues, and it'll populate all the NCIC information directly into the device.
Okay, cool. Question number 2. Our defenders are already carrying thousands of things, right? Weapon, less than lethal, ass, taser. The one good, I did see that it looked like it was in a hardened case, so that's good. But
yes, sir.
Do you have to carry this? Do you foresee our defenders carrying this, or does this mount in the vehicle and you just pull it out of a vehicle mount?
Yeah, the second option there, sir, for sure. They can keep this right in their vehicle. The printer is mounted in the vehicle, or it can be, carried. They can do either, but this is something we wouldn't want to have on there with all their other gear that they already have. We keep it in the vehicle, and then they just take it out right as they go to approach the vehicle.
All right, man. Thanks.
My question, I'm interested in knowing when you start talking scale and things like that, can we use this besides just the speeding citation or something like that? Is there other applications within security forces, or maybe even ideas outside of security forces where this might actually be applicable as well?
Thank you for asking that question, Chief. That was a really good question. So yes, this can be used for anything. Any form can be digitized into this. And, in Security Forces Patrolmen, we carry statements, statement forms, traffic accident forms, field interview cards, a number of different forms. And these can all be digitized and kept in this handheld system. Also, you can scan an ID and it'll fill it out. Looking outside of, let me go back. You can also use text to talk. So say a person wasn't able to write a statement and you just needed to get a quick statement for them. You can record it, let them talk into the device, and it'll fill out their statement directly on there. Looking outside of security forces, like I said, any form could be digitized. So I could, I didn't really put a lot of thought into that, but I could see this having an application in LRS supply, couple other different places. So
hey, I'm proud of you. Great pitch, great job, and no speeding, but I'm going to push you up to Wright Patterson. John Trevino, over to you.
Thank you, Chief.
So can you help us understand the amount of times it would save, at least for the patrolman, I think, or a patrolwoman, whoever the security forces is that is doing the citation writing. If it's on average at a large installation, I think you said 20 tickets a day, how much time does that save? And then what would they be doing otherwise? You said in your pitch that they'd be saving time so that they can continue to patrol. So can you kind of walk us through that opportunity cost of just the savings and then what they're doing with that savings of time?
Thank you, General. That's a great question. So I did go back and reach out to my reports and analysis people and ask them, hey, how many tickets did we write at Mountain Home? And let me caveat this with, Mountain Home is not a heavy duty law enforcement operation mission yet. We're trying to boost it, but we wrote 345 tickets last year. So an average ticket for an average patrolman will take about 17 minutes, or a traffic stop could take about 17 minutes to write a ticket and complete. With e-citation, we estimate that to be about 5 minutes. So in that year, we would save about 69 real-time hours of writing, of just handwriting, of just traffic stop time, really. And then when we do have by eliminating the errors in the citation, we'll take the overall administrative processing time from anywhere from 3 to 5 days where it is right now to a day. I mean, this can be done in a day. So, you know, you multiply that out over a year and across the Air Force, it's saving time.
That's pretty significant. And just one more question. If we targeted the busiest installations for all of our DoD brethren, do you see transportability with the Army and the Navy? I know you said you're learning from the Army, but how do you see that at scale for DoD? Over.
I think this is actually a really good opportunity to scale this, because across the Department of Defense, we use the same traffic citation forms in all branches. So honestly, this applies to MPs, Master at Arms, you know, across the DoD. So it definitely transfers well.
Way to take something that you learned or had seen something before, did some research on it, you know, learned all the good things this week, how to apply it into a pitch. You know, and I think you said you got like 16 years in, you know, so you called on all your knowledge and your past performance and shot us a good pitch, brother. So thanks, man.
Thank you, General Cooks. I appreciate that. Thank you, panel members.
Cool.